Hey gamers, welcome back to a brand new DSP video. A lot has happened, but I do want to talk about DSP's newfound dream, or a newfound passion of suing trolls, handing out licenses to restream, all this nonsense. Because two things just happen to coincide with this newfound passion of his. Because if you've watched DSP long enough, you already know that DSP has always flip flopped on this. One day he'll tell you, "Oh, I would never take people's videos down. Guys, I don't care. Do whatever you want in my videos. Chop them up, edit them, fair use. Fun, fun, fun." Like, there's actual videos on his channel where he gives permission to people to clip his videos and all this stuff. Like, it's all there on DSP Gaming. And then the next day, he'll say, "Guys, this is illegal, and I would sue them if I could. Maybe I will." All this stuff. But it just so happens now, suddenly, DSP is all about suing trolls and all this stuff. Like, this dream is back with a vengeance suddenly. And I can't help but think that there's these two things that have happened that just happen to coincide with this dream of his. And that is the one obvious one, the Ethan Klein lawsuit. There's a lot of politics in this. I'm not getting into the politics of this lawsuit, but to kind of give you my opinion on it is I do think it's very frivolous, petty lawsuit because Ethan made a video called the content nuke Hassan content nuke whatever, right? Now, he made this video to spread awareness about Hassan's content and this and that, which anyone can make any video to describe or spread awareness on anything, whatever. But he made that video, and at the time, people were like, "Wow, Ethan really, really wanted to let everyone know about his opinions on Hassan and this and that." Years down the line, or so, whatever, Ethan then says, "I made that video because I knew these people, like Denims, Frogan, whatever, they can't help themselves and they're gonna watch the video and react to it, and then I'm gonna sue them." Which then just makes me really just question the credibility of the initial video. Like, why torpedo the credibility of a video that was meant to be an important video, right? Like, it just made me just kind of lose any respect I had left for that video, like just gone, because it's just a bait video. It's not genuine. Like, he made that video specifically for people to watch it, and then for him to sue them for reacting to it, whatever. So I just don't really respect Ethan's lawsuit that much, and it's very frivolous. And especially, this dude is fucking rich. I mean, like, the damage he's talking about is meaningless. It's pennies, dude. Like, you have a mansion, you have a family. Like, did this content nuke video not making X amount of money really set you that far back? And again, how can he necessarily prove that these damages concretely? Secondly, I said this about DSP when he said similar arguments. The people watching Denims, Frogan, these are not people that are gonna watch Ethan's video. These are not people that are gonna give him the click. They either were not gonna watch, or they'd find another way to watch it without giving him the click anyway. So it's a very, like, petty thing to go after. And again, he has let XUC and Asmongold out of the lawsuit. They're not being sued. Only these five individuals are. And I get that maybe he's like, well, they are doing it out of just pure uh, critique or whatever. Like, they're not doing it with the intent to take views away, but they are taking views away anyway. Like, just because they're not saying that doesn't mean it's not, they didn't break the same rule or whatever as these other people did. Like, it's just kind of like petty. I get the argument that some people have made about that, but I just think overall it's like, does it really matter? Like, if I pirate fucking Batman, but I don't say I why I did it or anything. Does that make it less illegal? No, it's just as illegal as someone who does it otherwise. Like, it's very, personal reason, I guess, but it's just kind of like, who cares, right? Like, what's the point of this lawsuit anyway? So it's a very frivolous lawsuit, and I don't really think Ethan even cares about winning. I think it is mostly to either to intimidate other people into not being critical towards him, or to just silence these people who are critical of him. Like, there's a lot of stuff like that's all wrapped in and baked into this whole thing anyway, but that's at least my perspective of it. But let's move to the kids' table and see DSP's perspective on this lawsuit. Well, if Ethan wins the lawsuit, guys, then that must mean the trolls are also breaking the law, and therefore YouTube will crack down on them, or that what that they are doing is just as illegal. I mean, like, first off, that's not really why Ethan is suing these people, not just out of like the sake of the law, just because just for very specific petty reasons, whatever. But it's not purely on they restreamed it, because XQC and Aspen Gold have done the same thing. Like, it's a very specific lawsuit. But even then, this lawsuit is targeted towards these individuals, and these people are gonna have to go to court and argue this, whatever. It has nothing to do with the platform. Ethan is not suing YouTube for these videos or streams or whatever. He's suing these individuals for doing it. So even if Ethan wins, that doesn't really mean DSP can just massive flag channels or whatever. He'd still have to send out the same lawsuit, sue people and bring them to court and argue and just get entangled in all of this, which Ethan can do because he's rich and he can just throw money at this. Is DSP a millionaire? No. At least we don't know that he is, guys. Maybe he is and we just don't know. But he's not rich. And what would be the point? And he's also kind of like not really acknowledging the other aspect that, because there's a lot of people who have a lot of opinions about this Ethan lawsuit, but the one common one as well is that it's really not a good look to be this litigious over YouTube videos. Like, I understand, right? In the creative process, you work on something and you don't want someone to infringe on it or to steal it or whatever. I understand that, but on one level, as far as Ethan's content's concerned, this is just a video of him expressing his research and his opinion on Hassan's content. Like, I don't think there's that much creative passion put behind it. I don't know how to describe it. Like, you know, it's not like Ethan made a movie or a skit and it was like completely original that nobody has done before or whatever, and then someone just kind of took that and just redistributed for free and he made nothing on it, or something like that. Like, this is just another video that is highlighting criticism of Hassan and all his other stuff, which people have done over the years, etc., etc. So it's not really that creative of a video. I get that it takes a lot of work to get clips and to research it, but I think people already know who made the video by watching it. Like, he's still getting credit technically. I mean, maybe not monetarily through the view count or whatever, but again, the people who are watching are not people who'd watch it on his channel anyway. But he doesn't understand that it just makes Ethan look more litigious and greedy, because this dude is also rich. Like, he can literally bleed like a penny and it would just be nothing to him. Like, the amount of views that he didn't get on the Sun content nuke, how much money did he miss out on that he needed, right? Like, he has a I guess a successful podcast. I've not watched. I don't know how successful it is or not successful it is, but I'm assuming it's successful enough for him to keep doing it. So he's still doing that. He's still paying his current staff, if he has a staff. I don't know, but I'm assuming he still pays the staff. Whatever. But he's not bleeding money. He's not, oh, I can't afford the bills. So, this is a very frivolous lawsuit just innately. And then immediately you're just thinking, why does this guy care about not getting X amount of views? So DSP is not really getting the criticisms on that aspect of it. So him willingly celebrate Ethan suing people and then what that would mean for him, it just highlights what everyone knew about DSP, that he's a greedy piece of shit that who doesn't give a fuck about public opinion and just wants to get as much money and to be litigious as possible. This is not like um a good outlook for him, because again, the court system is there for a reason, and it a lot of people have abused the court system. A lot of people have done this. Corporations, individuals, whatever. They have done this to the point where it's just harassment to a degree. People can even argue that someone's suing them out of harassment sometimes. Like, that's how bad the court system can be abused in some cases. Like, the court system serves a good purpose. It's just it can be abused by bad actors. And you can argue Ethan is one of these bad actors if you want, and DSP is definitely a bad actor. The content he's making is just him playing video games, and then people are reacting to that, and then what he's saying. And a lot of people have either reacted to certain clips of it, so are these people also being targeted for this kind of lawsuit that DSP wants to inflict, or is it going to be people like Raw Phil that just restreams DSP streams? Like, I mean, you could say technically, like, Raw Phil, like, these has much of a case against Raw Phil as Ethan has against these people who have just restreamed his content nuke, basically. But even then, it's just, why does it matter? Like, the people who are watching Raw Phil are not going to tune in to DSP Gaming to watch him. They're just not going to do that. They're either going to watch someone else, clip it, or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. And again, these are people that DSP would just have banned anyway, that he wouldn't want in his chat anyway. Like, it's just very, very pointless for him to want to go after Raw Phil for these kind of reasons. It made sense, to be fair, for DSP Reacts for him not to want that to happen, I guess. But even then, it's like the main point for the membership was to submit videos anyway, so the archive aspect of it was kind of like a bonus. So it also technically shouldn't matter anyway. But it's very frivolous for him to want to sue his detractors for this. But then on top of that, to bring up a licensing fee. Now, this is the other conspiracy theory I have. The other second thing that coincided with this passion to sue and shit. YouTube announced by July 15th that they're going to change or update their TOS to include AI. Like, they're going to just regulate AI content on their platform, which makes sense for very obvious reasons. But anyways, they're going to do that. They're going to also enforce a little bit more about the reacting content. Like, you can't just upload someone else's content and then make money on that, whatever. Like, these are things that they openly said in their TOS that they're going to demonetize this content. Now, DSP, at first, of course, before the TOS shifted, to a degree was all for this TOS. He probably loved this TOS when YouTube announced it. But then, when it got announced, right after, the day after that, DSP then decides to walk it back just a little by saying, well, these were always in the terms. These aren't new terms, guys. But it's like, it's new in the sense that these are just that it affects monetization more directly. Like, before it was a little bit like, I think before it was mostly if you restream someone else's content that you would just lose your channel or lose the video, basically. But now they're saying, well, you can do this, but you're gonna lose monetization. Excuse me. But anyways, they announced this, and I guarantee you, DSP saw that and was like, I can use this system to, like, extort my trolls into giving by having them give me money to restream my content, guys. And it's just kind of greedy. Like, it's very obvious that this was a very knee-jerk announcement. And this announcement, like, I knew it was an empty bluff. It was just him riding on vibes, basically. Just him like, I will have a license. The trolls will have to do a licensing fee and do this. It's just like, you know, like a politician. Like, they go on the campaign trail and they say whatever the fuck they want. Guys, if you vote for me, I'm going to make it so every country gives us free money forever. I'm gonna make it so that everyone does not have to work and they can all sit on their ass. Guys, if I'm president, I'm gonna say enough. No more taxes. And then, like, he wins, and then you realize that these are just empty things he said, and he didn't believe anything he said at that point, because he says this nonsense about licensing fees. And if you watch it, you're gonna really notice really quickly how flimsy and lack of a plan there is. When he announced it, he didn't announce the amount. How much would it cost to do it? Is it per stream? Would I have to pay a licensing fee per stream? Is it a monthly subscription, a yearly subscription? Or will I lose my license for the content of my restream? Like if I restream Phil and I have a license and I start saying the N word and I start doing crazy shit, will he rescind the license? Like these are things that he didn't hash out like at all. He just said licensing. Yeah, guys, they're gonna have to pay a licensing fee. How much? He didn't say. Didn't think much about it. What's the avenue to talk about? Didn't say it. The next day, people touch back on it with him, and he's like, I didn't think anyone was taking me seriously, and I didn't think much about it, so maybe in a few days there'll be a way. People ask me in DMs, and I don't know who the fuck they are. Like, it was like he got caught with his pants down kind of situation. Like, it really is like, you tell someone, I'm gonna build you a car, it's gonna be the best car ever, and it'll be ready tomorrow. And you're like, okay, cool. You go there tomorrow, and then you remind him right before bedtime. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed, Theo. Will the car be ready by tomorrow? I'm like, oh fuck, I have to make the car. Shit. Okay, and then I just fucking put a bicycle in a like little cardboard box. I'm like, that's your car. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is this, dude? That's kind of what DSP is doing. Like it's a very say things first, think never kind of situation. And you can't do that. Like you want people to take your licensing shit seriously, you're gonna have to have a plan and a structure. Like it's very funny to me that he has chat on YouTube for this very thing. They add a system and then they don't really think about it and this that, but like these systems don't really affect anything like monetarily. Like he has been so critical of this new channel leaderboard thing that YouTube added, but it cost him nothing to have it and all this stuff. And DSP is like, they instituted and they didn't think much before. They didn't think about how it should be used and this and that. DSP, you announced a licensing service and had put no effort beyond just announce the thing. Like you're actually worse than YouTube, because at least YouTube, when YouTube instituted these channel point leaderboard things, it at least is in the system and it works in a way. And it's an idea that's tangible. Is DSP's licensing thing a tangible idea? Does it sound realistic? Fuck no. And this dude is so slimy and shady. Like, he'll say, yeah, I have a licensing thing, and then you give him money, they're like, well, actually, it's not open yet, so this money isn't gonna go to that, but pay me when it officially opens. Like, it's so slimy. I'm gonna compare it to Roboto, who was an artist that I used to like and follow with this, and then this dude fell off pretty hard. He had a website. You spend money. You sign up for a subscription service, and I was like, okay, fine. Like his art, whatever. But to keep in mind, I kind of jumped ahead a little bit with Roboto on this one, but Roboto had a Kickstarter, which I didn't know by the way, at that, when I started liking his art, but he had, it was called Crime More, I think. And he took a lot of money for that, and he gave basically nothing in return, and people were like, okay, I want a refund. And I don't know, I think they might have gotten their refunds, or it's still being processed, or they still haven't gotten their refunds. It was so weird and very, very shady, and a lot of people have shat on Rob for this over the years and have fostered a whole thing of people disliking Rob, and Rob has a very lousy attitude on top of that, so it's like, a perfect storm of garbage. So then, but he made this one website, Crimson, and again, this is before I knew about the Crime War stuff and all that stuff, so I'm like, okay, I'll subscribe to this. he then says, "Well, I'm actually going to take the website offline. This just didn't work out. I'm gonna I'm gonna reboot it, and then your membership will carry over. But then there will be a price hike at some point. But it's fine because it's cool. And since you're a founder, you'll retain this and that. Blah blah blah. Okay, fine. So that happens. Then that thing that also decides to that he with that new website he decides to, you guessed it, shut it down. And at that point, I'm like, I'm done with this guy. I don't need to give this guy any more money. I pulled out. Fuck that, and I didn't care. I am still on a mailing list for his dumbass fucking website, so I'm gonna unsubscribe that too. By the way, I keep forgetting, but uh, it was funny because I didn't think about it. Then I started getting it because the other thing about Roboto, oh my god, it's a Roboto little tangent, but he kept bitching about Twitter. He was like, I'm gonna leave Twitter. Fuck Twitter. Then he leaves. Then he comes back. Then he leaves. Then he comes back. This time he did leave for real. I don't think he came back. But he did funny stuff on Instagram where he's like, I am done posting on Instagram. Okay, guys, I'm back on Instagram. Guys, I'm deleting all my art posts on Instagram. So it's just a merry-go-round of garbage. So it's bullshit. This dude is bullshit. And that's DSP as well. He will do this licensing thing, and then the next day he will just tell you, well, actually, maybe not. I'm gonna cancel this. Actually, I'm not gonna give it you though. I know you paid for this, but I'm not gonna allow you to do it because I don't like your content because you said that cat's a doo-doo head or whatever the fuck. Like it's just there's no point in doing this because DSP is not credible and he has no backbone. You're gonna really trust the guy to get a license from him when he has said in the past, I don't want to go to Twitch. Fuck Twitch. Guys, I'm back on Twitch. Fuck Twitch again. Like, this dude will tell you anything you want to hear, and then we'll go back on it anyway. Again, he got mad at Evil AJ for giving DSP permission to react to his This Is How You Don't Play of Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, to then, when he rescinded the permission, DSP was like, you can't rescind permission. You're an idiot. Fucking idiot. Yeah, I'm gonna react to it illegally anyway because you can't rescind permission, idiot. But then look at him now. He gave us permission to edit his videos in fair use for free, no problem, blah 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 blah. To then say, well, actually, you're gonna have to pay a licensing, bub. You're gonna have to, and then, but the other thing that's kind of weird, is that he is now saying that he has people cataloging and recording people's uploads. Now, DSP has said it's creepy and mentally fucked up to look at his metrics and to measure his uploads and all this other shit, but he has someone else doing that for him, which I would argue is a step more creepy and fucked up because at least when trolls do it, they're doing it on their own. DSP is interested in doing that, but he wants other people to do it. So it's all kind of weird. And then he tells you when he was trying to come up with the process is that you have to give him your full name, not just your channel. That's not good enough for Phil. You gotta give him your full name, your YouTube channel, your email, and you're gonna have to give him your payment information because you gotta pay him for the fee, be it through PayPal, whatever. And that is whatever. It's PayPal, I guess. Whatever. But I would think the guy who tells you every day, oh, don't share your information, don't be careful with your information, would kind of realize what he's asking for people to do. Like if I'm going to be charitable about this, okay, I can see why he may want to institute a licensing fee if I'm going to be charitable about this. But he doesn't need, he could just use the YouTube channel, just have that. Maybe the email too. That you don't need the names. Like, why do you need a full name of someone? What? And then he's like, well, I'm not gonna dox. You want me to trust you, the dude who posted it? Like, he will say the driver's license that PW Dubs sent him was censored, blah diddy blah diddy blah. I don't care. You sent someone's driver's license, censored or not, is fucking weird, dude. Like, if I told someone, guys, my friend Billy, he showed me his credit card. I'm gonna tell you the brand of credit card he has, but I'm not gonna give you all the numbers. I'll give you the first number. You think that's cool? Would you say that's not creepy? I mean, that is a very specific example. That's kind of dumb, but it's still stupid to trust someone who posted someone's driver's, like, he didn't knee jerkly decide, I'm gonna delete this, I don't need this in my inbox. That's too much. To then just say, I'm gonna save it in my phone and then open Discord, then post the image of the thing, censored or not, whatever, into Discord for other people to see. Now, of course, DSP's always has hidden behind, well, the Discord isn't open to the public. It's a private Discord where I just discuss with my mods. Okay, but you've had multiple issues with your mods, so you thought it was okay to show someone else's driver's license, censored or not, yet again, doesn't matter, into a Discord with other strangers that may or may not be trolls that are going to leak the Discord. You don't see the red flags, buddy? You don't? So this licensing thing is sketchy and is definitely slimy coming from DSP. I would trust a dog with my social security number way before I trust DSP, and then I'll let the dog run into the town, and I'll trust that dog more. Like, yeah, the dog is running around, and anyone can pick up the dog and see my social security number, but at least the dog is a dog, and the dog does dog things. DSP will just do whatever, then tell you, why are you mad? Why are you mad? Why are you mad, dude? What? Look, he sent me the driver's license, and I sure the stuff is censored, but I just sent it in my Discord for other people to see. And by the way, guys, pay a licensing fee, and it's fine. Now he did recently say the amount of money he's looking for. Again, I don't know how frequent. Like, is it monthly, daily, weekly? I don't know. But he said he wants $100. No. Sorry, dude. Your content is not worth that much, and I would much rather just not bother. I would much rather just not do that. I would spend $100 on anything else but that. And again, he also thinks that this is a fair deal. Like, he can dictate the price because it's his content, which is true. It's his channel and all this other stuff, but that doesn't mean it's not a unfair price just as much. I mean, people have always criticized prices on a lot of things. Like, Nintendo has the right to charge $80 for Mario Kart World. Does that mean it's above criticism that you can say that's a bullshit price? So he can state the term. That doesn't mean that it's above criticism, but that's how he's gonna act about it. But again, why trust someone who already went back on it? Like, again, it shows a lot of red flags that he came back from this hiatus, that nobody knows what he did, to then say, I'm gonna do a licensing, yeah, and then if you don't do it, I'm gonna see you maybe someday. Like, he made it seem very, like, sure he was gonna sue people if they didn't pay up. But then the next day he said, well, I might sue. I don't know. I'm saying that I might sue. I didn't say I will, guys. So we have a looming threat of DSP maybe suing people. Like, this is, like, you want me to take you seriously? Like, you're already walking back the lawsuit thing. And then he says openly, I didn't think much about the licensing thing because I didn't think people took me seriously. If you're going to announce something and you want people to take you seriously, maybe have a plan for the thing you want to announce. So of course nobody's taking it seriously because you had no plan when you announced it, and you're a laughing stock. Like, what was the point of this? Like, and this is the other aspect. The reason why I brought another reason why I brought up the Ethan lawsuit, because I've been noticing such a big talking point on YouTube, Twitter, I'm maybe Blue Sky to a degree, but I've seen so much an uptick in so many people talking about lawsuits, courts. Oh my god, guys! Like, let's talk about the lawsuit. So this thing, Ethan's gonna sue for this, and then let's talk about that. Blah blah blah. Like, anyone can have an opinion on this, but I think that DSP is only bringing up lawsuits and this and that to ride the algorithm of people talking about lawsuits. That's all this is to get attention. Because DSP is an attention whore. Like, because technically, you could just type in lawsuit and then you'll just get any post on Twitter about lawsuit, and you're gonna see a lot of people talking about DSP and lawsuits, and then you're gonna see people tune into, like, I kind of think cynically that the only reason he just brought up lawsuits, licensing, and all this stuff is to just drum up attention. Now, does he have someone logging people's uploads and this and that? I don't know. Probably, because again, uh, there was a part of that comeback stream that I don't remember the exact phrasing or where it was in the stream, but he did say that he has talked to well, that might have been because of people being concerned about him. Actually, I don't know, because a lot of people have theorized DSP has talked to people over time about striking people's channel and all this stuff, and then the language of the licensing stuff is very, very specific about this one individual who has gone around and LARPed pretending to be a lot of things to say, I hereby decree that everyone shall submit a licensing fee to do this, and if not, they will receive penalties or whatever the fuck. Like, if you know, you know. And the language with this is kind of similar, so people can theorize that, oh, maybe he's talking about that guy, maybe not, who knows. But he has talked to people in the past about striking people's channels anyway. But the other thing is, does this affect old content? Like, my old ass videos from, like, 2017, is that subject to the licensing thing, or is it only to the new stuff? Is it just restreams, like pure restreams, like raw fill, or is it just, if I stream DSP play Street Fighter, let's say, but I'm playing Guilty Gear alongside, am I protected because I'm also doing something in the stream? Is that enough for him? What degree do I need to receive a license? Like, all this stuff he doesn't think about because he didn't care. He just said it because he wants attention. That's all this is, and that's what a lot of people like. I said this when I was watching that pre-stream, and I've seen people slowly but surely have gone to that conclusion that he's only saying this for attention, just to get people to talk about him yet again, because there's nothing going on with him that is worth anything other than criticizing his dumb fucking gamer takes. But it's so pathetic that he needs all this lawsuit mumbo jumbo to fucking get attention, and it's such a laugh. You're telling me that I should give you $100 to restream your garbage content, but then you're gonna tell me in the same breath I didn't think that far ahead? No. Don't give someone money that they have no plan ahead. If they have no idea what to do with the thing they announce, don't do it. This is the same shit that he did with Project 7. I wish I was making videos way before, because I would have warned so many people, do not pledge the Project 7 Patreon goal. He has no clue what the fuck he's gonna do with it. And guess what? He didn't know what the fuck to do with it, because every fucking hate live he did that he talked about the fucking Project 7 reboot was, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna take time off and think about what it's gonna be. And I sat there and was like, you asked for money for a Project 7 reboot, and you didn't think ahead about what the trailer was gonna be or whatever. You just asked for the money first. And this dude has the nerve to call other people scammers and grifters when this dude has done textbook grifting. He is like the dinosaur of grifting. He's part of the snake oil salesmen. He's part of them. because this dude is literally telling you, yeah, pay a licensing fee, but I didn't think about any of the logistics of it just yet. But you're gonna have to pay for it. Do it, or you're gonna get sued. But I didn't think about it. Like at that point, at this point, like right, people can just simply say if he sues them at some point, they can say, "Well, Your Honor, at the time, DSP had no way of monetizing, and there's no clear TOS about it or anything. So why would I pay him when there's nothing in writing, right?" There was nothing in writing, and this dude says, "Oh, I need to get stuff in writing," and he just had a open statement that had no semblance of structure. And this dude thinks this is enough for people to take it seriously. Then says the day after, I didn't think anyone would take it seriously. Then why the fuck did you talk about it then, dude? Like, if you want people to take your stupid licensing shit seriously, you should have a plan for it immediately. And even then, if he comes up with something right now, nobody's gonna take it seriously anyway. He should just cut his losses and just move on. If every troll channel were to vanish, let's say we all decide to stop making content, DSP would not get an influx of viewers. He would not get an influx of support. And again, the other thing that he brings up as to reasons why people don't do anything with Phil is word of mouth, which can be fucking Twitter posts or chat posts. So him going after detractor channels really does nothing. And at the end of the day, guess what? People will look at it and say, this guy is greedy and he's a litigious asshole. Because this dude will always cry and moan and bitch about Atlas. Look at how he described about playing Persona 3 when that was on Game Pass or any Atlas game. These people have draconian streaming requirements, but at least the requirements were labeled out ahead of time for people to know what to do. Meanwhile, these people would. Let's say DSP ran Atlas. He would say, guys, there's going to be streaming requirements. And he'd say, and then that's it. And people say, what are the requirements? It's gonna involve the game that's coming out. Okay. What about it? Oh, I didn't think anyone was gonna think about that. I didn't think people really took me seriously. Like, it's that kind of nonsense. And he bitches and moans about Atlas, but you look at what DSP did for his fucking streaming license, and you can easily think that Atlas is so generous. Meanwhile, DSP has the most draconian fucking rules imaginable, and I've said this for years. This dude would love to be these billionaire CEOs. You know, the like what everyone says, that that money corrupts people. Oh, if you make this amount of money, you're gonna suddenly lose your morals and this and that. DSP is that guy. He is literally the guy that he will be like, if he's like a minimum wage worker, he's gonna be like, yeah, I love unions. Yeah, fuck the big dogs. What about us? Yeah. They go on strike, this or that. The company then's like, hey Phil, come, we got a deal. I think you should cross the picket line, end this little strike, and if you do that, Phil, we will give you $1 million and a private bathroom and a brand new car. And DSP would completely sell out the fucking strike overnight, and everyone would hate him. He'd be a fucking snake, or is it a scab, as they call them? But that's what DSP is. He's a piece of shit that just wants to make money and is litigious and is greedy. He really doesn't think how him talking about suing people and this that makes him look. Dude, you make bullshit content. You don't make anything unique, anything original, anything memorable. Like, if Mega 64, yeah, that's right, I'm gonna bring up Mega 64 again. If they came out and said, we're suing this YouTuber for copying our videos or whatever the fuck, I'd be at least more willing to be like, I get that. I see it. I get it. Way before I even say that about DSP, because at least Mega 64 makes like their own videos and their own creative ideas and this and that. Like, they make actual things. What does DSP make? Nothing. He does Let's Plays. This is a career that has been a pocket career for millions of other people. Why else do you think you see Let's Players that start as Let's Players branch out to do other things? Because gaming is not a robust industry to keep doing. It's a thing that people do on the side of doing other things all the time. So him talking about suing people for this and that, it's level when the content is garbage. You're gonna sue people for watching you eat fucking food? Wow, man, that's so worth it. Like, again, he could argue, oh, well, if people didn't restream DSP tries it, DSP tries would have more views. Okay, dude, but is it really worth it? You're gonna sue people for that? Like, come on. Like, the Project 7 stuff would have made more sense to sue people over, but again, what you're doing now is not worth lawsuits and being seen as a litigious asshole. This dude would love to be a fucking CEO. These decisions of suing people, licenses, this is stuff that companies that are infamously anti-consumer would do. Like, this is stuff that DSP has criticized in the past. Guys, remember the Nintendo copyright situation where Nintendo wanted people to register in their own partner program, so they decided to blanket claim every Nintendo video ever made? And DSP got so mad about that. He was like, Nintendo doesn't own me. Fuck Nintendo. And then he throws his Wii U in the fucking trash to then later fish it out and then play Nintendo games after that and all that. So, like, he was so butthurt about fucking Nintendo's partner program, copyright claiming scenario. But look at him now. Guys, if you don't get a licensing fee, I'm gonna sue you. This is, like, actually worse than Nintendo, because at least Nintendo was like, yeah, we're just gonna copyright claim. You can still, like, do it. You're just not gonna make money on it, but that's fine. Like, at least they were doing that and not, okay, yeah, if you play fucking Super Smash Brothers, see you in court, buddy. But they sue for fucking fan projects and this. I mean, again, Nintendo's no saint either. Don't get me wrong, guys. But in pure comparison with YouTube videos, Nintendo is more generous than DSP is, because look what he's doing, man. And he's sitting there like he larps. Yeah, guys, I can't believe this company is suing the little guy. That's so fucked up. And look at him now, suing the little guy. I mean, the only big detractor that DSP can fucking cite verbatim is Duty. Duty, yeah. So he's gonna sue Duty. Remember these videos where DSP suddenly was scared of Duty? I can't get over that one video where he really wanted to call Duty autistic so bad, but he didn't because he was too afraid. He was like, guys, do you guys know? I heard a thing about Duty. Do you guys know? Is Duty autistic? Is he? I mean, he said, like, is Duty this thing? Like, I've heard things. I'm not gonna say it until people in chat tell me. Because anyways, I heard that these people hyper fixate and then, like, they may do something and focus on it. Like, he said that, and then he's like, I'm gonna sue. Yeah, okay, dude. I thought you were scared of Duty. Are you afraid Duty's gonna do something? But now you're gonna sue him. Okay. Sure, but why? Like, is it really worth it? You think, like, think about it like this as well. Let's say they sues Duty. You think that amount of money Duty made is gonna magically go to DSP? Because he also brings up that, oh, I'm gonna sue you for everything you're worth, buddy. I don't think that's how it works. I mean, you may put in an amount, but at some point, like, if I decide to settle, like, I'm not gonna argue this. I'm not gonna go to court for this. Okay, but I ain't paying this. I feel there's probably a negotiation process where you have to kind of meet in the middle at some point. But even then, why? What is the point? You're doing Let's Play videos and you want to sue people over fucking Let's Play videos? Like, this isn't really hard work. You're just turning on a video game console and playing it, dude. And you're gonna say, I'm gonna sue you for watching me play video games and restreaming that. Like, okay, but that's fucking petty, dude. And you think people are gonna leave thinking, this guy's pretty cool. No, they're gonna shit on you, dude. They're gonna say, this guy's litigious. He plays games and he's suing people for doing this? Like, come on. Like, again, Ethan, who has a stronger argument, comparatively speaking, to DSP into why he's suing the individuals, have more people more critical about this lawsuit, and DSP thinks that what he's doing is not immune is immune to criticism. Like, I'm sorry, if Ethan's lawsuit has this amount of scrutiny against it, his fucking lawsuit is a laughing stock. It is insane. Like, even with Ethan's lawsuit, you could even argue there's at least something to talk about within that lawsuit. Like, is it right? Is it wrong? Is it this? Is it that? But with DSP's lawsuit, it is just petty, stupid bullshit. Like, nobody is gonna take this lawsuit seriously, like, at all. Like, it's the most lol cow of lawsuits you could have. And that is pathetic. Remember the bragging you did about Super Crazy? Super Crazy's gonna sue me. Good luck with that, man. Like, come on. So that's my general opinion. I may go back and watch that video, but I think I've said basically all I wanted to say about this stupid lawsuit and licensing thing, because he has gone back on it, forward on it, up and down, all around on this. It is ridiculous. And to act as if we should take it seriously, it is laughable. Like, I don't think there's any YouTuber that I don't take as serious as DSP. Like, he's such a joke, and his lawsuit is like the dumbest lawsuit. And it's so and when he announced this lawsuit or this dream of a lawsuit and licensing all this stuff, it was like saying it's a discount store Ethan lawsuit video thing. It is like being very generous. He was trying so hard, because in Ethan's video, it starts off with him like, yeah, guys, I make so much money. He walks in with a cigar. He burns some money to light the cigar, and this and then, like it was this big show about it, and it was very, like, whatever. And it was, so then you go to DSP, and it's like he shows up with sunglasses, like, yeah, guys, yeah, look at me, I'm cool, I have sunglasses, and this and that, and it's like, man, dude, just shut up and play video games. Like, this dude tells you every day, all I want to do is play games and have some fun. And all he ends up doing is bitching and moaning, wanting to sue this guy, LARPs to be a CEO. Like, he tells you so much. I hate these billionaire CEOs. Laying people off, what a bunch of idiots. They don't care about the little guy. But I guarantee you, I will bet my life on this. If DSP was ever a fucking billionaire CEO dude in the same room with Bobby Kotick, he would say, yeah, let's lay these people off. It's just good business. That's how business is done. That's what DSP would do, because he's such a piece of shit. That is it for this video. I'm gonna end on that. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I may do more videos at some point. I feel like I wanted to say something else, but I can't. Will this work? Will the automaton work? Let's find out. It did work. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one, and I hope you all had a good summer. Summer fun, guys. Playing Death Stranding 2, DK Bonanza, Cyberpunk, because that's back, I guess. But It is what it is. But I hope you enjoyed everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.